So today's a really glorious day. So the Wick team are heading up to a place called Greystones, and not far from there, another place called Hangingstone. Now, I'm not sure whether we're going to get to Hangingstone, but we'll definitely get to Greystone, because I don't know what the terrain's like to get to the Hangingstones, but the terrain to Greystones is a path that leads you in that direction. I've never been to any of these places before. It's on Turton Moor, and it's very harsh moorland. So I don't know how hard it is to get to the Hanging Stone itself. But the Greystones have got a path leading to it. Now, this is a rock formation from the Ice Age. The rocks have been pushed up through the glaciers forming in that area at the time. So I've seen photos of this place, but I've never ever been to this place. So this is new for me as well as the team, because I don't think any of the team have been here before.
Taking my time as the sun it shines on me and everyone that has come to find this world is cruel, but there's nothing new. Living in the moment is the only truth. But let's go slow. Living in the moment is the only truth. But let's go slow. Salted towns are where I'd rather be. They give me love and they set me free. The ocean's tides can't live without the moon. And darling, the same goes for me and you. Let's go slow. Living in the moment is the only truth. Let's go slow. Living in the moment is the only truth. Let's go slow. Living in the moment is the only truth. Now. Let's go slow. Living in the moment is the only truth. Let's go slow. Living in the moment is the only truth.
So we're up at the top now, but we're not at the top of the big Greystones. Earlier on I said they were just called the Greystones. They're actually called the big Greystones. And if you can see behind me, that's where we're going to be heading. And we've got some gliders up there, so I'm hoping to get some shots of them as they're flying around. So we tried taking the path down to the Hanging Stone, and it was really overgrown and had underfoot for us all. So we decided to come to the other path and walk to the big Greystones first and see if we can get to it from there. I'm unsure whether we can, but at least we're going to go to one of the places. The views around here, again, like last week when we came up and we were up at the Stone Circle on Chatham Close. But the views, again, we've seen one person, but yeah, I'm not sure, whether we are going the right way. I'm just hoping we are. I did put it down on one of my OS maps, the route, so we can actually walk that route. And I believe we're on the right path going down, and then we turn off towards the hill over in the distance. lots of different paths here. You know, we've got this here at the side of me. There we go. That's to Darwin, and this one to Turton. This one takes you too. It looks as though they're doing some work up here as well. I can see where they've must have been up with the helicopters and dropping off like all these wooden piles. What you can see there. They're all the way around, so they're putting some sort of fencing up here, making it accessible for all, really. It's a path as well, this, which isn't well treaded. You don't see many people on this side of the moors. They're usually all on the other side near Winterhill and Rivington and around that place. Them places. This one here is quite quiet, apart from the team in front there having a yacht as we're walking along. When we do get to this place, what I'm going to do is sit down and just give you a rundown of this ley line I'm working on that runs through this area we're going to as well, and let you know all about what I've been looking into with this ley line, which I've been almost following now for since about 2012. And looking into different things. I think I come to the end of like looking into it, and then all of a sudden I find something else, and something else crops up, and I go looking at that, and that adds on to this line as well. And it's pretty amazing how, you know, you think you've finished doing something like this, and then, you know, another part of the puzzle turns up, and you start looking into that, and it widens that horizon of looking into these things when looking into ley lines. So I'll talk about that once I get to the top over there. It looks as though this path is going to now take us straight to it. So I'm just going to turn around and show you in the distance. I don't know whether you'll see it because of the sun, but we've got behind me is Winterhill. And again, behind me that way, which you can't see at the moment, is Greathill. Where we were the other week, we could see all over them moors behind me there. So we're seeing them from a different part. So I'm going to get walking, catch up with these lot, and see you when we get up at the top. So here we are, we're at the top now. I will take you to the stones in a minute, but I just thought I'd show you. You can see Manchester in the distance. I'll zoom in a little, but all over there we've got Manchester. Now the woods in front, them are the woods where Lee has got a camera set up. Over there is the hill we were on last week. Towards Peel Tower over in the distance, Blackstone Edge, which is in Rochdale, is in that direction. Over there we're going over with that hill right in the distance is Pendle Hill. Lee's on the other side where the stones are. Then we've got Winterhill there. So we are seeing it from a different place up here, totally different place. And now we're up here, it's quite cold. We've had a few accidents on the way up as well. Yeah, I did actually fall into 2 bogs on the way up, and then I fell into a great big hole where the other was, and I ended up on my back. But the holes that I did fall into, the boggy holes, first it was my left foot, which went all the way down up to my knee, and then my other foot went in another hole. So where I am now, I'm in the middle of the ley line from round Loaf, and the one I was going to talk about from up here. Now, a few weeks back, or should I say maybe a month ago, we went over to Croston, and we went to a place called Churchtown. And if you look back on the videos, you'll see that this was the start of that line, which I'm actually on now, which comes from behind me, where Round Loaf is. So we got New Church, where we went to, and then Croston, where you saw in the video. If you've not, I will put it below in the description. And then it heads over here. Now, there's nothing up here stone circle wise or any burial mounds that I know of, apart from this bit here, which is the called the big grey stones. I'll actually take you to them in a sec, where they're all jutting out at the side of the hill. It then runs along here right over to Turton Moor, through Turton Moor, going all the way over to Blackstone Edge, and going over to the east coast of England that way. Now it goes through Sandal Castle as well, which is an interesting place because there's a few things that's happened over there. I believe people have seen a spirit of a dog running around there. There was a battle there, which people do hear sometimes. But coming over from Croston in this way, now this area I'm in here, there's been reportings of a few UFOs seen around this area, over from the road over in the distance, called Belmont Road. It's the A675. People have seen a lot as they've been going up and down this road, over in this area, moving along here. Now, there is another layer which comes from that way, and it's called the Spine of Albion. There is an actual book out there called the Spine of Albion, and it goes on about how it goes from like the Isle of Wight all the way up, and the top of Scotland it ends there, but it does come through this area. Now, so we've got that coming through, and then we've got my ley line, which I've been working on since, like I said before, 2012, and it seems to cross around this area, or around this top where I am, but I think more behind me. And this is where the lights and the UFOs have been seen. They've been seen. Two have been seen over here in this area, along all the grass in the distance, from the road what runs past Winter Hill there in the back, and then a bit further this way you'll see here a body of water. Now that's called the Twinnies, and I have a report of someone who was there. They were fishing there late one night, and all of a sudden there was a light over the top of them that lit the whole area up. Now this light was actually seen from Bolton itself, which is in that direction. A workplace called Warburton's. You'll know the Warburton's bread. Now that is where it's made, and there were some people who were looking up here at the time and saw this light, which was mentioned to the person who actually saw the lights above him while he was fishing here. It came out. The light, appeared over the water where he was fishing. He said he jumped down, but as he looked up, it sort of shot up into the air and went in the direction of Winter Hill and near where the mast is. So we've had two reports on that side, and then on this side, the side we came up, when you saw us near the car park, that is where the three triangle lights were seen above the canopy when it was foggy one evening about 4 o'clock, when it was still light, but there was fog rolling over the hills, and they could see the lights coming through the fog. Now, above that canopy of trees, there is nothing. There's no higher ground, so there was nothing, that if there were anyone stood up there, on higher ground. It can't have been that, because I've actually been up there behind, in the trees are higher up, because my thoughts were that they could have been up on an hill above the tree line, but they weren't. So I wasn't sure what that was, but I did go up checking that out and making sure that it wasn't somebody or three people walking with a torch in a triangle formation, which I don't think would happen. So yeah, there's quite a few things on this side. I believe only recently over in Darwin, which is in that direction, that somebody had put on Facebook a post of somebody taking a shot of what looked like a round light with something on top moving around over towards this direction from Darwin itself, and that was the last couple of days. Now they've not come to be reporting this. This is what I saw on Facebook. I've looked at the photo, and I will probably put it on here so you can see what has been seen over this night sky over here. So yeah, the area itself, like again last week, it's 360 all around again, because we're high enough up for us to actually see in the distance Pendle Hill. So yeah, this layer comes through this area, but what we are trying to do now is we're going to try and look for a way back down. The way we came was too treacherous really, probably to fall into two bogs even on a path. It's quite hard, so I'm hoping there's another path down, but I will show you the rocks before we head back down. Big grey stones, and as you can see, they're very grey. So these are all along this side of the hill, and that's Lee just walking across, getting some shots of the stones itself. And again, you can see all that lovely landscape around. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my equipment away, because I'm going to need both hands for getting back down there. And I'd like to thank you all for coming along, and hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And as you can see, I hope you can see from there that if you look where the jeans are, what I'm wearing, and the boots, you can see how dirty that is and how deep that bog was that I fell into. So yeah, thanks to all the subscribers, and thanks for watching yet again, and I'll see you all later down the road. See you later.